Langkah pertama adalah hal tersulit yang semua orang harus hadapi, termasuk aku. Gak mau nyusahin orang, selalu minta bantuan. Jadi, aku lebih sering menyendiri. Ngabisin waktu ngutak-ngatik komputer sendiri. Ternyata tanpa sadar bisa membuahkan hasil. Pelan-pelan aku bangun rasa semangatku. Aku memutuskan untuk bangkit dan belajar banyak hal baru. Semakin hari pengetahuanku semakin bertambah. 900 jam belajar machine learning hingga bahasa Inggris. Buat Adi yang dulunya berkecil hati, sekarang jadi lebih berani. Tanpa aku sadarin, ternyata aku udah ngambil langkah demi langkah maju ke depan. Sekarang aku berkarir sebagai AI engineer. Sekarang aku bisa ikut bantu berkontribusi untuk industri kesehatan bangsa. Bantu permudah distribusi dengan bantuan teknologi AI. Bekal pengetahuan yang aku pelajari di Bangkit. Kadang situasi bisa mengkondisikan pola pikiran, tapi aku bisa memilih untuk bangkit. Ambil berapapun langkah maju yang aku mau.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Michael Owen, and welcome back to the guest speaker session. And this is the 11th session of the speaker session. And in this session, I will be the moderator and lead you guys to the next 2 hours. My name is Michael Owen. You can call me Owen. And today we will discuss and give you an insight about life after Bangkit session, how Bangkit gets me closer to my dream. You guys might have your own dreams, right? Maybe you can type your dreams in the chat so I can see it. Maybe some of you wanna make your own startup, make your own tech company. Maybe you want to working on the global company. You want to work as a cloud engineer at Google. You want to work as Android engineer at Goto, and many more, right? And through this session, we will lead you guys, and we expect you guys to be equipped with the real world career insights, inspiring stories, and actionable guidance, which you will get from our successful Bangkit alumni. And you can prepare yourself for a rewarding tech career journey for the future, right? And maybe some of you already know in this session, we will have 6 best questions that will earn Bucket points at the end of this session. So if you have any question, just type it in the column chat. And the format for the question is hashtag ask underscore your ID underscore question. Let me repeat it. The format is hashtag ask underscore your ID underscore questions. And before, without any further ado, in this session, we will have 3 speakers for each learning path. The first speaker from machine learning path graduate is Kak Jessica Zerlina Sarwono, and the second speaker from the Android development is Kak Tingkilia Finatia Husin, and the third speaker from cloud computing graduate is Kak Gilang Marta Dinata. Halo Kak,
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Owen.
how are you
Hi.
guys doing Kak?
Good. Look, doing good. Just like usual, working our job.
Okay, working on job right now. Okay, and our speaker already want to share their insight on career. And if you have any question toward our speaker, don't hesitate to uh, write it in the column chat. And before we jump into the session, I'd like to let our speaker introduce themselves. Maybe start from Kak Gilang.
Right. Thank you so much, Michael or Owen, to for the time and opportunities. Hello, everyone. I'm Gilang Martarinata. I'm a Bangkit graduate from 2022 batch from cloud computing cohort. Right now, I'm an IT engineer. I'm a student and proud Bangkit graduate. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, maybe next to Kak Jessica.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are doing good. So, my name is Jessica Zarina Sarwono, and you can call me Jessica. I'm from Machine Learning Path, and I graduated during 2023. So, the first batch. Uh, I'm currently working as a data analyst in Traveloka, and my background of study is from statistics. I studied at Institut Teknologi 10 November. Nice to meet you all.
Okay, nice to meet you, Kak. Maybe the last but not least, Kak Tingkil ya.
Hi, everyone. I'm thinking of Natia Husin, but usually people call me Ting. Just call me Ting. And I'm from Bangkit graduate 2021. So the first generation of Bangkit, I think, that joining Campus Merdeka. So yeah, back then I'm taking mobile development learning path, and I'm also from information technology major. That's all I think. And right now I'm a software engineer at Goto Financial. Nice to meet you all.
Okay, nice to meet you, Kak. Okay, our speaker already introduced himself, and through this session, we will talking about how Bangkit gets us closer to our dream, right? And as we might know, all mostly our speaker, or not mostly, all of our speaker is used to be a cohort in Bangkit program. And through this program, they must learn a lot of things that they can apply in their career, in tech and many more. So without any further ado, let's jump into the first question for this day session. The first question I want to ask to you guys as the speaker is, how has Bangkit helped you guys achieve your career goals in tech? Maybe started from Kak Tingkilia.
Okay. For me, blankets really helped me a lot to get me closer to my dreams. So if I can share a bit about myself, blanket is really miracle in my life because back then uh, I was a gap year student. So actually, I didn't go to college for 1 year. So maybe some of you can relate with this. Maybe some of you not. But yeah, back then I was a gap year student, and then I finally continue my studies at private university, Universitas Swasta, at my hometown Palembang. So I think by the end of the fourth semester, at that time I really worry about my career. So I don't think that I have enough skills that I can to use to find my career goals, like my dreams jobs like that. And also I don't have any certification to prove my skills, like. And also I'm really lack of knowledge at that time. And I think at that year also that's really hard to find job related to IT, uh, because I think that's not really popular at that time in my hometown. So I really confused that what should I do after I graduate. But finally, that suddenly Bangkit is come from no, I don't know, that Bangkit is not that famous at that time, right? Because that time Bangkit 2021 is the first time Bangkit joined and collab with our Indonesian Ministry of Education and Culture. So that's the first time also Bangkit being part of Campus Merdeka. So I'm really happy for it because at that time Bangkit is only eligible for fifth semester. I think it's same right till now, right? And yeah, because I'm at the end of my fourth semester and Bangkit is eligible for fifth semester student, that like what a coincidence that I need to join this program, so like that. So after that, long story short, I joined Bangkit. I learned a lot of Android and mobile development path, right? So we learned Kotlin, we learned mobile developments, and also not only hard skill, but also I learned a lot of soft skill, like how to build our CV and so on. That's and also the principle that needed in our tech industry. That's all of this I got it from Bangkit, so that's really helped me. And finally, I can at the end of this program, I also get opportunity from Bangkit to get the AAD, Associate Android Developer Certification, for free. So yeah, once again, that I'm really grateful that I joined Bangkit so I can get this opportunity, and I successfully completed and become the Google certified. With this certified and also Bangkit experience, that's really make my CV stands out. So, that's really give me a lot of confidence. So I can start. I finally starting to looking for a company that having inline mission with me. So having, if I can share my career goals, is I want to be part of taking part or giving like very impactful contributions using technology, but not only locally but also globally. Maybe some of you also have the same dream, right? So with the current confidence that I have this certification, and also I'm a Bangkit graduated, right? That makes me feel like, okay, I think I good enough, and I dare myself to apply job at GoTo Financial, and finally I got the job. That's like a dream come true because I right now I can contribute not only Gojek but also GoPay app. We all know that it's being used all over Indonesian people, right? So you see that Bangkit is really helped me to achieve my career goals. Yeah, I think that's for my side.
Okay, it's really great from the gap year student to become an associate Android engineer at Goto. Really great.
Thank
Maybe we
you.
want to hear our next speaker about how Bangkit helped them in achieving their career goal in tech. Maybe from Kak Jessica.
Okay, so yeah, as for me, I think I would like to summarize all of the things that I'm going to tell you guys in these points. But basically, I will share about my experience in detail. Yeah, as we all know, you guys, the tech industry is a very competitive one. So everyone wants to work in tech, and there are also a lot of IT students all around Indonesia, and also IT graduates in general. Yeah, and as someone who studies statistics, I used to be very insecure about the technical skills that I have because I realized that I might not be as good as my friends who study computer science and things like that. However, as I got exposure in the tech industry, I realized that it's better to be someone who has a deep expertise at a certain thing rather than being someone who know a lot of programming language or software but doesn't have a certain specialization. And I think I'm quite grateful, yeah, because I'm from statistics. So if I ever come to the tech industry, I would first choose data, and yeah, only data. So basically my career path is quite specific from the beginning, and I didn't have this problem to choose like whether I want to be in UI UX or I want to be in mobile and things like that. No, it's data from the start. And but the tough thing is, so as a statistics student, I learned how to analyze data and also the conventional modeling, right? But most of the things that I studied in college was around like how to derive formulas and about this distribution and that distribution. I think it's quite theoretical and not that practical. However, when I become a Bangkit cohort, which I was actually inspired to become a Bangkit cohort because of my senior who learned how to make inference to like unstructured data, in which in statistics you only play with structured data, right? And in Bangkit, I had the opportunity to learn like how to make a prediction without the statistical assumption. And yeah, with training and things like that. And I think it's more needed in the industry compared to like things like you have to derive the formula and things like that. Yeah. So I think yeah, Bangkit have made me be able to fill that technical knowledge gap that I was insecure of before. And also because of Bangkit, like what Kak Tingkilia already said, you can get free certification, right? So it will be able to prove that you have this expertise and that expertise, and you can be stand out compared to other people. And what I'm most grateful of in Bangkit is that I also have like these soft skills lessons, right? And you guys also have experienced it, right? The soft skill in Bangkit, I think it really helps me to give me like knowledge about personal blending and also like how to express yourself in front of recruiters and things like that. And other than that, in the end, you will also have like this capstone project, right? And I think it's very beneficial to me in my career because yeah, it's something that you can brag about in your job interviews. Usually, if you have no experience in working, like you have no previous internship experience, you are tend to like you have to share about your portfolio. And I think without Bankit, I wouldn't be able to make it. So in Bangkit, I learned how to work together. I learned a lot of things. Like I learned how it's hard to manage a project and work with my capstone team. I think it's not something easy, and it's something that I can brag about and I can tell a story about. Yeah. So I think from that I also learned how to handle problem and also do teamwork without yeah being too selfish and things like that. So yeah, hopefully in Bangkit you can accumulate skills, not only just technical skills but also soft skill and experience. And yeah, I hope you are like me who can be able to make the most of your time in Bangkit so that you can have something to tell to when you are applying for a job. And yeah, one unique thing is that I actually get inspired to make my scriptsy based on one of the Bangkit materials, which is Siamese neural network. And I hope that you can also make something out of the things that you learn in Bangkit, just like what I did. Okay, I think that's all, see Owen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Kak for your insight. Maybe you guys can learn from Kak Jessica ya. You can use your uh, knowledge from Bangkit, the technical skill, the soft skill, to use it in the college, in the career, and so many more things you can apply. And maybe we can move to our cloud computing graduate, Kak Gilang. How about you, Kak? How has Bangkit helped you achieve your career goal in tech?
Hi, Owen. Um, Sorry, I think I have a problem here on my end. So, can you see my face
Yeah, I can
clearly?
see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. To answer that question, Owen, joining Bangkit 2022 as cloud computing cohort was an incredible experience for me. First of all, I gained foundational technical skills in cloud computing from basic to advanced. Second of all, I developed essential soft skills, improved my English language proficiency, and learn effective strategies for project management that eventually working well with my current job right now. And the result is I was graduate from Bangkit with distinction predicate. I was and still certified as a cloud associate cloud engineer, and my capstone project back then was rewarded as one of the top 15. And it was really amazing, and it helps me uh, to where am I now. Um, yeah, and our capstone project, TEDI or Teman Disabilitas, was rewarded as one of the top 15 capstone project, and it received an incubation fund of 140 million rupiah. As a product lead myself, my responsibilities including managing the team, overseeing product from development to release phase, and facilitating effective communication and teamwork among team members. Uh, with those experiences, really provided me valuable insights and contributed to my professional development now. And joining Bangkit has not only enhanced my career, but also enabled me to establish valuable connections with instructors, mentors, and professionals from leading companies such as Google, Gojek, Tokopedia, and Traveloka, and many other, which be beneficial for me in terms of gaining industry insight, accessing potential job opportunities, and easily expanding my professional network through Bangkit. Fun fact, I got like 3,000 connections through Bangkit. The 1,500 is only for Bangkit people. So it really grows my connections there. And looking back, I'm filled with gratitude for my journey to becoming an IT service group associate at PwC Indonesia now. Uh, and the valuable skills and knowledge I gained during my time at Bangkit Academy have not only been instrumental in my current role, but also opened door for countless opportunities. This program, the Bangkit program, emphasized on hands-on experience and real-world project equip, uh, and that's boost my confidence and expertise in any ways to thrive in every challenge uh, for me to overcome and being a stepping stone towards a brighter future gitu. And this through this learning process from Bangkit, the network, the material, the instructors, the mentors, um, I think Bangkit is here to empower you to achieve them. Uh, I think that's all, Michael. Back to you.
Okay, thank you for your insight, Kak Gilang. Okay, that's all from our speaker for the first question, and all of them saying that the Bankis has provided you all necessary things you need for your career journey, including soft skill, tech skill or so certification at the end of this program that will help you boost uh, your CV. You might say your CV, so that when you apply to a job, you can get a more better review for your CV. And as we know, our speaker is already working in tech industry, and you guys might have faced many challenge you in this industry, and we want to know how you guys overcome them and what are the challenges you have faced so far. Maybe I want to start with Kak Tingkilia. Kin.
Okay, sure. Okay, the challenge. Interesting question. The challenge, I think, from within myself, I think I was lack of confidence back then, and I also have no certifications, like I said previously, right? And but I think the another important things that I'm aware that can be our challenge is there is a gap here. So uh, if you see here, in my opinion, there is a gap that what we learn in our university and what the tech industry needed. Actually, there is a gap here. So let's talk about the most common one is when we are applying the job, right? The tech industry, mostly like looking for experienced talents, right? But on the other side, our like as a fresh graduates, I don't think mostly we are not having a lot of experience that we can put in our CV, right? So there's a gap here. So uh, the one trick that I use to overcome is being active. So as you see here, I put the bangkit in the middle, right? Because I think bangkit also can be bridge. So the key point is being active. So during my time in college, I participate in various programming competitions, Kampus Merdeka programs like exchange students. Back then we call it Pemata Sakti, and also Bangkit program as well. And you see here, I put Bangkit in the middle of the gap because I think Bangkit can also fill the gap because we not only learning about the hard skill in Bangkit, right? We also learn about how creating our LinkedIn profile, how to personal brandings ourselves, right? We also learn how to create our CV. So that's the gap that Bangkit can fill. Then also equip me with all of the skills and also confidence that needed to get to interview and also get the jobs. So yeah, the I think the key point is being active, and congratulations to all of you. You are already here being Bangkit participants, means that you already have the bridge to fill the gaps, and let's just engage the program very well. And I think if you really join this program and engage this program fully, I think you will really overcome the challenge that you maybe face in the future. I think that's all from my side. Back to you, Owen.
Okay, thank you, Kak Tingkilia. Nice insight, right? There is a gap between your college school and the industry that you must fill, and the bucket has provided the path to help you connect them. All right. Maybe we continue to our next speaker, Kak Gilang. How about you? Uh, is there any problem you face in this industry and how you face them?
Right. So as for me, Owen, I face lots of things because I work in an IT engineer field. Definitely keeps me on my toes. The technology is always changing, right? Imagine it's like a constant adventure where we're always learning and exploring new tools and solutions. Probably within 1 year, we might rolling out new brand applications, new frameworks, whatsoever. And next, we have to adjust to shift in how we manage things at the back behind the scenes. And because the work sometimes is smooth sailing and other time it's a bit of the nightmare, and But the key is to being flexible and work together as a team to navigate the tech landscape, the very wide tech landscape, and that's what for me that's what keeps the job exciting. And to stay ahead, I make continuous learning to the top priority. It's all about keeping my skills sharp and stay up to date with the latest tech trends, any tech trends. And a little tip for me, don't be afraid to seek out mentorship because they can offer you incredible guidance, whether it's someone you connected with at Bangkit, your mentor, instructor, whatsoever, or even your friend, or a mentor at your future job. I'm me myself. I'm fortunate enough to have a career coach in my current workplace who helped me solve problems and grow professionally. And let's not forget about awesome seminars and workshop like you guys doing now. Um, they're not just about work skills, but also building the confidence to tackle any challenges, whether it's the office or outside of the office. Within this three step, I think for me, it can help me nail the challenges I've countered during my time in the tech job era. Michael, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Kak, for your insight. That's right, guys. The career in technology is always growing and it is uncertainty. Then, like Kak Gilang say, we need to continue our learning, not just stop at Bangkit. We need to continue our learning outside of Bangkit as well, right? Okay. Maybe the next our next speaker. How about you, Kak Jessica?
Okay, so as for me, if I have to share about my experience, yeah, probably it's a combination of both from Kak Gilang and also Kak Tingkir, yeah. I realized that in tech, especially because I'm working at a startup, right? So the environment is constantly changing. You work with different types of people every day, and probably your stakeholder will keep changing. And other than the projects and also the environment, the tech itself, it also keeps advancing. So probably before you only like use simple modeling and things like that, or you only do things manually. But now, as the tech industry is constantly constantly advancing, right? A lot of people already use like LLM or natural language processing and things like that to tackle some of the issues. But will our knowledge be on par? Yeah, if not, yeah, you have to take a leap to bring the knowledge gap to zero, and you have to learn. Yeah, especially with the availability of ChatGPT, right? So you have to utilize it well, but at the same time, you also have to learn more so that you will not be fooled by ChatGPT. And other than that, I also said that before that there are a lot of graduates in tech backgrounds too. So if you want to stand out and get a career in tech industry, you have to really stand out. And based on what I experienced myself, yeah, I used to be someone who knows nothing. I didn't think that there is a good enough approach to my problem. So before, I thought that if you want to make a data visualization, you have to code it manually, like using or things like that. But I eventually learned that there are a lot of other softwares, like for example Tableau, and other things that I didn't expect before. So I think it's something that quite challenging because I have to keep up with another software too instead of the software that I learned in college. Yeah. And other than that, uh, regarding the transition, because before when I study in college to the first job. So basically, if you want to know about my background, before I was a full-time data analyst in Traveloka. I started as an intern in the same company. Yeah, also in Traveloka. And during like my first day in Traveloka as an intern, I was really like shocked. I was shocked. Why? Because I was immediately invited to a meeting and it used English. Like a lot of people in here use English. So I was really, really shocked. and then uh, the workload is quite heavy. So at least I have something to do every single day. Yeah, not like gabut or nganggur. I have something to do every day, and I have to get a lot of context from a lot of people, like a lot of stakeholders that I work with. And what keeps me striving in there, and what keeps me be able to have my pace on work is because I remember the things that I learned during Bangkit, soft skills. So when you are in Bangkit, you learn about time management. I think it really helped me to prioritize the thing I want to pick up first compared to another. So if there is an urgent request, I would pick up it first compared to like the other tasks that can still be submitted the day after and things like that. And other than that, I also learned about growth mindset. When I first like get a certain job, I would be confused like what how to do with this, and probably it would involve me to learn another thing that I didn't before. But because of the growth mindset that I have, and I learned to apply it in my daily life, I was able to overcome everything. And other than that, is also adaptability. Like the chameleon here, I think you guys are pretty much familiar with it. Yeah, you have to adapt, because if you don't adapt, you will be left behind. So I think it's something that will be a key to your success in tech industry. And it's okay to ask for context. It's okay to schedule more meetings, and it's okay to have buffer time. The key is you have to have the learning spirit. You have to keep learning. I guess that's it. Owen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Jessica, for your insight. That's right, guys. You can utilize the soft skill you gain in the Bangkit, such as time management, adaptability, growth mindset, to apply it in your career later. So if don't forget the soft skill you already learn, and try to apply it when you face any problem or situation, maybe not in just career but also in your college and any other aspect of your life. Okay, we see that our speaker is coming from various job and various company, like Kak Jessica from Traveloka, Kak Tingkilia from Go to Financial, and Kak Gilang from PwC. And I want to know, because it sounds really interesting, right? Can you tell us a bit more about the step you took to get there? Maybe you could also share some tips or advice for people who might want to follow a similar path, because our audience here maybe want to work at Traveloka, want to work at Goto, want to work at PwC, and so many more any other company. So I want to ask the first speaker from Kak Gilang. How about you, Kak?
Right. Thank you, Owen. For me, myself, my path to where I'm today wasn't, as always, a smooth one, because in fact, I faced quite a few no along the way. We heard the news, will not forward with your applications, unable to move forward with your, oh, it's so many no. And there were definitely moments of doubt and discouragement as I navigated the job search process. But I kept my chin up, learned from each experience, and pushing forward. Eventually, I took a leap of faith and applied for an associate position at PwC. And I was absolutely thrilled when I got the good news. The congratulations on your PwC job offer, because it was a reminder for me that persistence and resilience can truly pay off in the end. So 2 years at the firm, um, I am amazed how much I've grown. I've gotten a hands-on experience with new frameworks, learned how to work with all sort of personalities, and how to think uh, when things get hectic, prioritizing something. But there's always more to learn. I'm eager to dive into different tech stack from scratch so I can tackle even more complex challenges and become an even more valuable asset to my team. I work a lot with ticket, as a thing, and Jessica might work also with the ticket. I I deal a lot with the PowerShell script, I dealt a lot with Windows deployment that I'm not learning at Bangkit. And also I deal with equipment, vulnerabilities, technical documentation that we've always hated when we have to make it gitu kan. And the tech stack that I use is 20% same as my learning journey at Bangkit. But then when I have my first day of work, oh, the applications, the framework is all different, but actually it has the same core. It has the same meaning each of the features. For example, if you're familiar with using GCP, the console, they have compute engine, they have cloud storage, they have what. But when you come to another cloud computing solutions, well, the name is just different, but the function is just the same. So I think that's how Bangkit introduced me to the various tech stack so that I'm not shocked, as Jessica said before, when the company applied for a different framework. And if you're passionate about launching a career in IT support, as well as data analyst, as well as software engineer, I highly recommend, first of all, I highly recommend exploring online learning. And one of things that I can guarantee you the most is IT support Google. If you learn it uh, module by module, not skipping, not what, uh, you eventually learn how computer works, how your endpoint works. Because I do believe that Ting and Jessica dealt with so many libraries that in this course, obviously, we learn it. That's whatever the career path you take. I think one of the worth courses you take is this. And also, you need to have following ways of thinking. I think the first one is growth mindset because business acumen is very an apa ya a very needed uh, skills for you to have. You have to understand how business work, uh, especially in your department, and you could always embrace this can-do mentality. You cannot say that you can do this, you cannot do this. Instead, you can say, "I can do this, but I need more time to learn it." And obviously, you have to open for constructive feedback and seek for self-development. I think uh, several points that I delivered before brings to where I am now. That's it, Owen. Thank you so much.
Okay, Kak Gilang, nice journey and some tips from Kak Gilang. You can might apply it in while you still learning in Bangkit, like learning from IT Super Google and etc. And maybe next to Kak Jessica, how about you, Kak? Can you tell us
Oh,
about the step you took to get there and some tips or advice?
okay. So basically, probably different with what Kak Gilan experienced before because I was from an intern who was converted to a full-time employee. Yeah. But the thing is, I will tell the story of how did I land my internship. So probably you are familiar with this diagram or like yeah, in any other tech role diagram. Uh, like for example, in data you will have like data analyst, data scientist, and data engineer and other things like that. And you have to like set a certain role that you want to achieve, like a certain target that you want to achieve, and it's better if you have the certain company that you want to go to. Why? Because the definition of a data analyst here, for example, for my uh, because data analyst is me, I am a data analyst. So what I learned is that the definition of a data analyst in one company and another may be different. So one rough example is that one company might require a data analyst who can make modeling and also use Excel to report data. But in another company, they would want someone who is more on the BI side. So someone who can make a BI dashboard and also do some query in SQL. So it's very important to pay attention to the technical skills that your dream job have, because it would be different from a company to another. And yeah, from my experience, I wanted to work in data. I really want to work in data, and specifically, I want to work in a startup like Traveloka. So what I did was read their job applications, like what do they require. And actually, most of the job postings regarding data analysts requires an expertise in BI tools, which are either Power BI, Tableau, or Google Workflow Studio, also familiar as Google Data Studio, actually. However, I had only the experience to make a data dashboard using Excel, RShiny, and also Streamlit during that time. Like probably 2 months prior registering to the internship in Campus Merdeka, I only had that experience, but not on Tableau BI and also Google Workflow Studio. Like I only know it uh, by the Bangkit video in data analytics, but yeah, I have no practical skills on it. However, I realized that I need something to prove my skills. So I ended up taking a course in Coursera on how to make a data dashboard on Looker Studio using BigQuery integration and put my key learning insights on Medium. And that's why I also like make this Medium picture that you can see. Yeah, I literally made an article on it to prove that I can do BI. And yeah, because I already have this exposure to I became confident to write that I was familiar with those tools in my CV. Yeah, and actually it helped me to get accepted to the company that I'm working now, which is Traveloka. And other than that, I actually also got accepted to two other companies in Campus Merdeka during the batch that I was applying for. And it was still excluding some of the companies that I didn't proceed with the process because yeah, I get accepted before. And uh, I think the internet now provides hundreds and thousands of information for you to learn and also create job postings. So yeah, I guess you should grab it as an opportunity to choose your dream job well and also prepare your technical skills for it. And yeah, if you fail or you feel like your technical skills is lacking, yeah, fake it until you make it. Just like me, I prove my expertise in Medium. So probably you can make a small portfolio on GitHub and things like that to prove that you know a certain programming language if you are applying a job that you probably have no exposure on that programming language. And another thing is that you have to keep practicing, like with your friends or alone, how to do personal branding on yourself. I think will be very beneficial for you too. So good luck, guys. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak, for your insight. Like our speaker said, guys, continuous learning is a key, and one thing that is quite interesting is fake it until you make it. Don't just fake it and don't make it, but guys, but fake it and make it. That's guys. Maybe next to our speaker from Kak Tingkilia. How about you, Kak?
Okay. It's very interesting usually. So I think I observed that we are having really different perspectives to share these questions. Like Gilang share when he applied for the job, Jessica share about when she, in internship, right? So I will share from colleger's perspective now. Okay, it's interesting. So I think the key, I will share like three steps from my side. But the key is I focus on being active both inside and outside classrooms. So the first thing that I did back then was I focused on my GPA because I don't know that Bangkit will be there, right? Because there is no Bangkit back then, before my generations. So at that time, I focused on my GPA. I know it's kind of different than what people usually say, like GPA is not that important and so on. But for me personally, what came to my mind was the least that you have as a college student is the GPA itself, right? So the good GPA at least can be your proof about your persistence in learning and a responsible person. That's for my side. I think at least it showed that I have been responsible with responsibility during the college. So the first things I'm focusing on GPA, and the next steps is I know that I need to gain experience as much as I can. So gain experience as much as you can, like joining organization, various competitions, and the goal is not to it's not only to win the competition itself, but also to expand your network. So by joining the competition, I think I met many a lot of people all around Indonesia, and also like I said, we need to active inside and outside classrooms. And the last steps, but not the least, is engage in programs. So I also participate in Campus Merdeka program, like joining program like Bangkit, also exchange students, because Bangkit can provide both the skills and confidence needed to excel in tech industry. And by the end of the program, also Bangkit has Bangkit career programs, I think, career fair. So same as Gilang, I also got rejected many times. I applied for many jobs at Bangkit Career Affairs and also got rejected many times. Uh, but finally, I can get accepted at Go to Financial, right? Because I think we need to go through that. I think we need to go through, got rejected, because every interview we learn it again, and finally, it also increase our skills. And yeah, so for those who are looking forward to following the similar path, I really recommend to balancing your academic responsibilities with active participant in relevant programs like Bankits or any competition that you can put on your CV as well, and to build a well-rounded skill sets. So not only looks good on your CV, but also you really have that skills, and also really have the network, because network also can help you. Like I know about the job vacancy also from my network, right? So yeah, it's really needed skills, networks, and just being active, guys. That's all Owen for my side.
Okay, thank you, Kak Tingkilia, for your insight. That's right, guys. If you currently you are a student in college, right? And you need to make sure that your academic and your preparation for career is balancing and not uh, leaving each other, so that you can easily maximize your CV and your resume letter while you want to apply for a job. And that's before we continue to the Q&A session, I would like to invite two of Bangkit cohort from this batch that want to ask you guys as the speaker some question. Let's welcome Nicholas and Alta. Hello Alta, hello Nicholas.
Halo.
Halo
How are you guys
Kak,
doing? Are you great today?
I'm good Kak. Thank you for asking.
Okay. Uh, these two guys here, Alta and Nicholas, wanted to ask some question to you guys speaker, and maybe we can start from Alta. What do you want to ask from our speaker today, Alta?
Okay, thank you, Kawan. It's a good day and amazing presentation and information for our guest speaker. But before that, let me introduce myself. I am Alta Risabelani. You can call me Alta. I'm from non-IT majoring, Kak, in business administration and now as cloud computing cohort. So I think my question is really relates to our S cohort ya Kak. So the question is what new skills or knowledge did you gain from Bangkit gitu that have been most useful in your current job now gitu. Thank you Kak.
Okay, thank you for the question, Alta. Maybe from Kak Jessica want to answer this question.
Okay. I think this is quite interesting because the thing is, the one that I want to tell you about is not regarding data analytics, nor regarding like how to make a model in machine learning, but it's actually about GitHub, like how you utilize GitHub. Why? Because before, yeah, as I said before, I'm from statistics, right? So yeah, I have never learned about Git in college. However, when I have to work like as a data analyst, I need to work a lot using Git because I need to modify like the data models that exist in the company, right? And it was quite hard at first for me to pick it up because I wasn't quite familiar. But thankfully, because I remember some of the metrics that I learned in Bangkit about Git, yeah, I already get exposure in some of the Git comments. So picking, even though I was still learning how to utilize Git, I wasn't picking it up from zero. Yeah, I know some basics. So yeah, I think it really helped me like fill in the tech gap that I didn't have before. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Okay. How about you, Kak Tingkilia?
Okay. I think from my side, we know that all of bangkit lesson is really important and really impactful, right? But I think the most impactful one might be what? Okay, maybe soft skill. I can choose like time management, time and priority management. That's the most I usually use that in my job. And also the for the hard skill, I really love when we learn about principles. So back then I'm a mobile development spec, right? So I if you are mobile development pet, I think you will learn about uh, principle like solid principle, clean architecture. That's really help us in uh, any program that you will make. So that's the principle is the core that we need to understand, and that's really useful in my current job. That's all. Alta.
Okay. Thank you, Kak. How about you, Kak Gilang? What do you think?
Hmm. From my end, I think I'd like to recycle what Jessica said. It's about Git because as an engineer, uh, I can't imagine how IT support guy in different company will use Git for their work. Especially I work at a very scalable big company that I can't imagine. Imagine we deploy PowerShell using Git, whereas I think in another place they're not applied Git for every single deployment they have. Well, actually, Git is very basic and important technical skills. If you want to seek technology, at least you could do with uh, any basic Git command. That's very helpful. And second of all, um, I think the capstone experience, the capstone project experience attached me a lot through my career journey now. Imagine me as product lead, I have to manage the rest 6 person in team, along with 2 part timer back then. I have to keep running it 6 months with a limited amount of money, with lots of events that we want to conduct back then. And the the key point of capstone project is, I think, the exposure, where I could meet and talk with my application audience, application target market. Back then it was a disability person, the person who can't even operate their phone. It's very interesting, where I could see another point of view of how people using their phone, how people, the core is the way how we run business, the way how we create understanding our business itself, because that's what makes me, I think, to make my job right now easier, is I understand business from what capstone project taught me. So Git and capstone project from my side, Siawan and Alta. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Kak Gilang. That's all from our speaker ya. Kak Jessica said it was Git. Kak Tingkilia said solid principle and clean architecture. And Kak Gilang also said it Git and also capstone project. Does it answering your question, Alta?
Yeah, that's answer me. But I think it's really hard. But yeah, maybe it's really help to our to prepare for the career work gitu ya. Thank you Kak.
Okay, thank you, Alta, for your question. Maybe we jump to our next guest, Nicholas. Hi, Nicholas. Could you introduce yourself and ask what you want to ask?
Okay, Kak. So first of all, thank you for the opportunity to have me today. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Nicholas Hansen, and if Altarisa said she is from non-IT major, then I am from the IT major. I am really from like the computer science major, and I am from Bangkit Academy 2024 mobile development cohort. And the reason why I'm here is to ask for advice from Bangkit's remarkable alumni here. So here's my question. So we are currently studying in Bangkit program, and we likely graduate soon, like you guys. And my question is about how significant is the Bangkit Academy title when we want to apply for jobs in the IT field? Like, do recruiters prefer when the job seekers have the Bangkit Academy name on their CV? And that is my question.
Okay, thank you for your question, Nicholas. Maybe the first speaker I'd like to hear their insight is Kak Gilang.
Yep. Thank you so much. So your question is how significant is Bangkit title? Yeah. Fun fact: in my department, there are 3 Bangkit graduates. So first of all is me. Second of all is Iksan. He is cloud computing graduate from 2021. And second of all is Putu Ganesha. He's working on the network side. He's graduating from Bangkit at 2022. So how significant is it? Is very significant, see, because if my manager receive a CV and then it was a Bangkit graduate, and eventually they will say to me, Gilang kenal dia nggak gitu. Gimana anak ini gitu kan. So they always ask me for references for that. And you know, in my company, not only IT, but there's also a different line of services such as audit, advisory, consulting, whatsoever. And I do believe that each of the line of services have Bangkit graduate inside of it. And from what my manager said about Bangkit graduate, at least for the 3 people in my department, they've they're very puas dengan kinerjanya. They're very satisfied with our work and how we detailed our deliverables. And please attach Bangkit in your, I don't know, somewhere, either in the experience sections and the education sections, in projects whatsoever. Please do attach it, because Bangkit itself produced like 1,000 of graduates. And I do believe if you take the exposure, if you take the challenges, the opportunities, I do think that it's very significantly for you, because even though I faced so many no at the job search journey, I only need like 2 months, averagely 2 months, to get into the PwC's Indonesia. So I think that's it from my end, Nicholas. I hope you get my point. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Kak. How about you, Kak Tingkilia?
From my side, interesting question actually. How Bangkit can make us okay. Okay. So because I'm from GoTo Financial, as we know here, I think in the logo there is GoTo, right? So actually, GoTo is partnership with Bangkit. So, and also I think in my generation as well, there are a lot of Bangkit graduates that are joining GoTo Financials, but it's not only about you are graduating from Bangkit, but also you need to prove that you are, maybe we can say like you are Bangkit graduate with the skills itself. You really joining Bangkit, you really engage the program very well. So you can prove that I'm a Bangkit student, and because of I'm a Bangkit student, I engage all the programs, all the process, and I got all the skills that already taught to me. That's the point, I think. So yeah, I think for HR, I'm not really sure, but I think because Bangkit is partnership with GoTo Financial, right? So I think HR also know, right? Because this is our partner, and we know about the program as well. Yeah. So I think, yeah, of course, because we already participate, and you just need to prove yourself that you are really Bangkit graduate, and maybe become the Bangkit graduate distinction, guys. It's also give you the plus point.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Kak Tingkilia. How about you, Kak Jessica? What do you think?
Okay, so I think I'm quite similar though with Kak Tingkilia because I'm also from Traveloka, which is one of the founding partners of Bangkit Academy itself. Yeah, so yeah, basically it would obviously help me land the internship in here, and I also met a lot of my friends who also intern or work in here, who is also a Bangkit alumni. So when I get to know each other with them, I would ask them, kamu bangkit, and then we suddenly just klop just like that, and we talk about bangkit together. I think it's quite interesting, yeah, because you also win in the network side. And as far as I know, other than being in specifically the founding partners of Bangkit, yeah, I also met like a lot of job postings. Like, for example, I think I saw it in Dana, where they prefer the candidates to be a Bangkit graduate. And I think from like other companies like Video, they also like reserve a spot for Bangkit alumni. So I think if you really want to work in IT and you are a Bangkit graduate, it would really help you. But yeah, one thing to note is that there are a lot of fellow Bangkit graduates now, because yeah, I think Bangkit keeps advancing, and there are also like already thousands of graduates all around Indonesia for Bangkit, yeah. So you have to really stand out. One experience is that I once was in an interview, like not in this company, but in another company, when I tried to apply for an internship, and it was like a panel interview, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the name. So they would gather you like in a room with a lot of people. And fun fact is, when I try to stop the name of the other candidates in LinkedIn, they are all Bangkit graduates. And even one of the candidates in there tell about their Bangkit journey when the recruiter asked what is something that you are most proud of. So I was like, I'm also from Bangkit. And thankfully, the one thing that made me stand out is because I'm a graduate with distinction. So yeah, as what Kak Dengkilia said too, I think it would really help if you are someone who graduate with distinction and someone who have certification, yeah. Because right now, I think from Bangkit, there are only a limited people who can get the certification for free. So I hope you have to make the best out of it and get the best score so that you can stand out compared to other people, because yeah, the competition is quite hard. Yeah, I think that's it. Good luck.
Okay, thank you, Kak Jessica, for your insight. Nice insight. Like some company might uh, require you to be a Bangkit graduate. That is really interesting insight from Kak Jessica. And we know, to summarize all of our speaker answers, is the title of Bangkit Academy is quite important, yeah, because not maybe not only on HR side but also on our uh, working side later. Maybe that's from the speaker. Is it answering your question, Nicholas?
Yes, it answers my question perfectly. Thank you, Kak Jessica, Kak Tingkilia, and Kak Gilang for the answers, Kak.
Okay. Okay, thank you for our guest today, Alta and Nicholas, for your question. And let's get into the next section. We will having a Q&A session with you guys from the chat. You already asking from before in this period of time. We would like to enter the first question, maybe. Uh, the first question is, given the rapid changes in technology and market needs, how do you keep your skills relevant and evolving after completing the Bangkit program? Maybe from Kak Tingkilia first. What do you think? The
Hmm.
sound.
Okay, how do you keep your skills relevant and evolving after completing the Bangkit programs? Mm, Back then, I think from my experience, okay, for my experience, after I graduate from Bangkit, I applied for many jobs, right? But after applying for many jobs, I directly got accepted at Goto Financial, and also in Goto Financials, we have rooms to learn uh, about the new tax and also markets needs. Uh, I mean, after completing Bangkit and you are working on your job, you can know what the market needs in the real work. That's what my experience said. And also, I think we are working on the workday, right? Monday to Friday, and on Friday on the weekend, you can use that time to, like joining programs like boot camps or like Gilang said, take certification like IT Super certification by Google or something like that. So to following the changes in the technology, and also you will know what the market needs as well. That's for my side, I think.
Okay,
Back to you.
how about you, Kak Gilang?
For me, how I keep my skills relevant and evolving, yeah. First of all, uh, yes, the technology side will grow and evolving as high as it should, gitu kan. But then uh, kalau itu nggak diikuti dengan the way how we want to learn, I don't think that you could keep up your skills with the relevant technology for now. And I agree with Ting's point that when you work in a company, for example, I don't know, in PwC or in Goto Financial or Traveloka, I think they have learning and development benefits for you to, you know, to learn by yourself. They provide you with several courses that you can take, but the most important is if you really want to wish to sharpen your technical skills and keep up with current technology, no matter how much you learn in the course, one course is enough, but you need to like detailed learning at detail. So you can't skip any part. Well, actually you can, but the most important thing is to really understand what the courses meanings. So jadi nggak cuman hanya pengen dapat sertifikatnya aja. That's what my one of my mistakes at Bangkit sih. I seek for the certificates, but not with the knowledge. So I need to keep up with the technological side jauh di belakangnya. I think that's it sih, Owen, from my side.
Okay, Kak. How about you, Kak Jessica? What do you think?
Okay, so first of all, I think it's important that you apply for a company that actually supports change in technology. Because yeah, the company I'm working is in startup company, a startup tech company. So yeah, I guess the technology that I used in here and I learned in Traveloka also involves like the very latest advanced technology. I don't know for the other company here, but yeah, I think your choice of a company would really matter to you too. And yeah, other than that, keep updated. There are, as I said before, there are hundreds and thousands and even millions of resources that you can use in the internet for you to learn. And once you realize it's free, you have to take the most out of it. And one habit of me is that I really like to open my LinkedIn. I open my LinkedIn every day, and you can search me in LinkedIn if you want to connect with me. But usually in my LinkedIn feed, there exists like a lot of things about like data science and the latest AI technology. I think it makes me keep updated about what's happening in the tech industry. So I think yeah, connection and LinkedIn and keeping the updates on news really helps you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Jessica. Maybe to wrap up all the answer, I'd like maybe it's important to manage your time. Like in the working day, you're working, and in the weekend, you can try to learning new things that always changing. And like Kak Gilang say juga, you need to understand it. Don't just learn and get certificate, but you need to understand the course you take, and like don't just focus on certificate but focus on learning, I guess. Maybe that's the answer for the question from your bell. Maybe next question. The next question from Irel Camilo is, what tips do you have for current Bangkit participants on how to maximize their learning experience during the program? Maybe the from Kak Gilang, what do you think?
Yep. I do believe that you guys have enough learning at Bangkit. So just enough learning. But the thing that I want to emphasize to you guys is that you can't be known by people if you don't introduce yourself. If you want to seek for exposure, I think you can share your learning experience to your LinkedIn profile at the very first stage of career, yeah, so that you could um, introduce yourself to to your network at least. So eventually your LinkedIn will grow and everyone will see your posts, your back posts, gitu kan. Because I do believe that you already learn a lot here at Bangkit, and the biggest niche for me, the turning point that I found myself in Bangkit is, okay, everyone is learning, everyone is creating a portfolio, but is there anyone who wants to introduce themselves? I think that's how you maximize um, your apa ya, your result, your learning result at Bangkit, gitu, rather than just studying hard, building portfolio with a full passionate. It doesn't mean that you will eventually get your job. See, well, you can, but if you boost the social side of yourself, I think it will be beneficial for you rather than just learn. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Kak Gilang. Okay, maybe the next speaker, Kak Jessica. How about you? What do you think?
Okay, so I think this is one of the things that I made like during Bangkit. We all learned about how to make a model using TensorFlow, right? And the courses in Coursera are mostly like something you can do, but it's most uh more more like fill in the blanks, like fill in what is the gap in there. Like for example, what is the loss function that you have to use? You fill it in there, but you don't explore another data that is outside from there. And at that time, I was thinking, if I apply this trained model to another data, will it work or not? Because I think if I only learn it in the course, I only fill in the blank and it's guaranteed a success, right? Because it's a course that you're meant to finish, right? But if you use it to make a real world inference, will it work or not? I was curious, so one thing that I did was I tried to make a classification model for dog breeds, and it's something that you can view in LinkedIn. So basically, I took the code that I learned in Bangkit and also some pre-trained model, and I trained it again to pictures of dogs for my personal portfolio, and then I deployed it on Streamlit because just to answer the curiosity of will this model work in another data other than the data that I use in my course. So yeah, I think it's something that made me proud of because it was a success. I didn't only learn by filling the blanks in Coursera, but I was able to make something quite new on my own. Yeah, I think that's it. Try to explore beyond the course that you are doing.
Okay, thank you, Kak Jessica. Maybe the next for Kak Tingkilia, how do you think about this question?
Okay. I think I agree with Jessica and Gilang. So basically, they already give the answer. So the first things that maybe I can point out is don't only targeting for certificate, like Gilang said, targeting for knowledge because that's what can maximize your learning experience. So focus on knowledge that you have. And the next ones is um, I once again agree with Gilang. You need to bragging yourself. So at least in LinkedIn and in your CV, maybe on other social media you can do it. But the most importantly, I think in your LinkedIn because right now I think many HR are looking for the talent company using LinkedIn as well. So bragging yourself on LinkedIn, update your profiles and improve your skills. And also the third one might be about the learning experience. You need to make sure based on the I mean after you learn a lot of the lessons that you get from the blankets, be confident. Sometimes it's you have the skill but you don't confidence with yourself. It also can make you blank when you are going to interview or something. That's really important. So really learn, get the knowledge, not the certification only. Get the knowledge and also being confident with yourself and practice. Practice makes perfect. That's all I think.
Okay, thank you, Kak, for your answer. To summarize, that we need to keep exploring, guys, keep learning, and don't forget to introduce yourself, what you already learning at the social media, whatever it is, mostly in LinkedIn, guys. Maybe the next question. The next question from Alhama. How do you overcome any skill gaps you may have? What advice do you have for those of us who may still feel less confident in our abilities when entering the tech industry? Maybe from Kak Tingkilia, what do you think, Kak?
How I overcome my skill gaps. Whatever do you have for those hosts who may still less confident in our ability to manage themselves? Okay, how to overcome the skill gaps? Just keep learning. I mean, the advice if you have less confidence in your ability to enter the tech industry, just try. That's the key. I mean, I also not confident when I applying for many jobs, but that's why I got rejected many times. But once you are already kind of like get used to, lu bakalan lama-lama terbiasa gitu loh. Kena reject, interview lagi, kena reject, interview lagi. Uh, lama-lama when you come to the next interview, you are not that nervous. You are not that nervous, and it can boost your confidence as well. And also dari interview-interview yang sebelumnya juga itu bisa tahu when you cannot answer the question from the previous interview, it also can tell you that oh this part that I don't know, this part that I need to learn, this part that I need to improve as well. So that's what I did back then when I got rejected for the interview. Oh, I don't know about this part. So when the interviewer asked me about this, I don't know about this. That's the skill gaps that I need to learn. That's how I know the skill gaps, and I learn it, so getting better for the next interview. That's for my side.
Okay,
That's
thank
you.
you, Kak. Thank you, Dia. Maybe the next speaker, Kak Jessica. What do you think about this question?
Yeah, I think if you feel less confident in your abilities, just like what I said before, you have to try to fill in those skill gaps, probably by some baby steps, yeah. Because, yeah, I believe that if you get only 1% better every day, if you like pangkatin those 1.01 to 365 days, it will become 37.78, like what I read in Atomic Habits, if you know. So yeah, I'm currently reading this book. Yeah. So what I mean, yeah, you have to be someone who makes a progress every single day to cultivate what you are going to achieve, even though it's not something great every day. So basically, your expertise is not something you can do by being SKS, like system compute semalam, and then tomorrow you interview, boom, you get accepted to your dream job. No, start from baby steps. Like for example, for me, I tried to play hacker rank consistently every day so that I can be able to be good at SQL. And other than that, I also tried a small steps. I wasn't someone who have like a lot of portfolios actually, but I started by writing articles in Medium and be consistent about my learning in Coursera. Yeah, I think small habit will make it great one day. So start small and big.
Okay, nice insight, Kak Jessica. Maybe next from Kak Gilang. What do you think, Kak Gilang?
Right. I'd like to give another perspective from what Ting and Jessica said. From my experience, the more confidence I am, I tend to fail at many times. And if I fail, I reduce my self-esteem. If I reduce my self-esteem, I'm not confident. So confident, I think, is not the key. I think the key is to trust yourself. Karena confidence itu bisa menghancurkan kepercayaan dirimu sendiri. Uh, Maksudnya, so you try to manage your expectation, right, towards everything during job applications, during probably Bangkit's application back then. So lower your expectation, keep your confidence level average, and enrich your trust to yourself. And about the skill gaps itself, despite to learn and learn, I think the key point of you to fill your skill gap is the enthusiasm of you to fill that gap. If you just wanted to learn day by day, it's a good thing that you create a small step, like Jessica said before. But if you don't have the encouragement, the excitement of learning, eventually that would only stay like 2 3 days, and then you got tired again, then you got lazy again to learn. So um, make it small step with trust, and you're good to go. So I think, and it's important to learn from your past experience. I think, in this case, job search, yeah, job opportunities or whatsoever, rejection is your push factor for you to grow. See, I have lots of job rejections, so that's why I made it here. For instance, yeah. So yeah, I think that's all. So just lower your expectation by managing your confidence. Sometimes less confident is privilege. Sometimes it's not. I hope who's this? Ali Hama got my point. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Gilang. Maybe that's the answer for this question from our speaker. Learning from your past, learning little bit by little bit, and maybe lower your confidence or your expectation so that you can fill the gaps you might have. Maybe next question from Mahmul Pratama. How do you improve self-confidence before doing an interview in that tech company? I always feel like my insecurities fight my confidence when I'm in an interview. Maybe from Kak Jessica, what do you think, Kak?
The mental image that you have about yourself is more very important. Yeah. So yeah, to give you a bit of a background, currently I really like to run. Yeah, lari like everybody else. Yeah, I think a lot of people like learning now. And something that keeps me going on and I don't feel in the middle of my 5K or something like that is that I have that mental setup that I have to finish after 5K, not before that. I'm still, yeah, I'm still striving. I have to go. So I think that's something that you can apply to on your confidence, because when you think I'm confident, I can do this, I can overcome this, you will be able to do it and you will finish it well. But if you have the mental state of I will give up after this, I'm so very tired, I will stop after this, I will die, that would ruin everything. So yeah, the the most important thing is set your mental image to what you want to be and be confident in your skills. And other than that, even if you can't, nobody is perfect in any job interview, I believe. Everyone, like, even though you have like a friend who is very expert in things, probably if they have to face an interview, after that interview is finished, they would regret, like, I should have said this and said that. But yeah, you have to keep in mind that, yeah, nobody is perfect, and if you ever in the middle of the interview you cannot answer a thing or two, it's okay to feel like I'm still not that familiar about this thing, but I want to try to answer this. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I will be able to accept any feedback that you have, and I want to learn. I want to learn. Wanting to learn is a strong point in your character that will, of course, attract someone who interviews you. So even though you have no technical skills that is strong enough for that job, probably, if you have the attitude that you want to learn, I'm very sure that you will succeed.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Kak. Maybe next from Kak Gilang. What do you think, Kak Gilang?
In this case, interview, yeah, in that tech company. First of all, self-confidence is a journey, not SKS, not sistem kebut semalam. Oh, I'm sure I'm confident tomorrow, and then tomorrow, oh shit, I can't being that confidence. So it's a journey. Remember that it's a journey. And second of all, if you feel like your insecurities eat you, remember that nobody cares. I mean, when you have the insecurity out of nowhere, out of your in your mind, well, eventually, and obviously, nobody think about that. So you don't have to think about your insecurity for your interview. And the third point and the last point I want to deliver to you guys is trust yourself. Trust is, I think, trust is different with confidence. Trust is different with uh, uh, self-esteem. Trust is the way how you um, sure that you can do it. So you're not boosting your confidence because sometimes confidence can be lower with no reason. So trust is the key. Again, I think that's it. Owen, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Kak Gilang. Maybe next speaker, Kak Tingkilia.
Hmm. Yeah. I finally got Gilang points regarding the trust and the confidence. I actually agree with it because sometimes confidence bisa bikin kita besar kepala terus malah menyepelekan mungkin ya. Jadi that's what make us down gitu. So I agree, trust yourself instead of that. Trust yourself, but don't underestimate anything. But how I improve my self confidence before the doing the interview, I learn. I learned that's what I do. So before the interview, I usually doing like hacker ranks. Like I need to solve some hacker ranks tasks, and also I reread the the materials that we got from the bunkets, like from decoding. The models we can relearn it, right? So I relearned all the models. I also doing the hacker ranks, and also sometimes I go into the mirror and I talk to myself, like I interview myself. That's the trick that I did. So, and also the key point is to trust yourself, because if you don't trust yourself, I sometimes I suddenly got blanks and I cannot answer anything. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Kak. To
Yeah.
summarize, the answer is confidence is a journey, ya guys ya. Terus keep positive in your mindset, keep learning, don't think about insecurity, and most important thing, trust yourself, I guess. Oh, and don't forget to practicing. Okay, maybe the next question, please. From Gaby Ginting, I would like to ask, how do we maintain consistency in learning a specific path? I'm quite good in many paths, but there's nothing that I expert in. Maybe for this question from Kak Tingkilia, what's your opinion, Kak?
Uh, Interesting questions, Gaby. Thank you for the questions. How do we maintain consistent in the learning of specific parts? You can choose. So the common interview question is, what do you see on the next 5 or 10 years? So from that question, you can imagine that what will you be on the next 5 or 10 years. That, that's the question. That question actually helped me to choose my path. So I see myself that I'm a mobile developer, so I choose that path. So if you see that you are AI engineer on the next 5 or 10 years, then choose that path. And then you need to commitment. You need to take that commitment. Don't just I choose that path, but like on a baru setengah jalan kayak sudah I think I chose the wrong path. Don't think that way. So if you choose that path, you need to commitment until the end. So that's actually the key. So whatever you choose, just commit on that path. I hope that's answering the question, Gaby.
Okay, thank you, Kak Tingkilia. Maybe the next speaker from Kak Jessica. What do you think, Kak Jessica?
Okay, so I will try to answer despite uh, as what I said before, I had no problem in this because I was already in a specific direction in tech way before, yeah. But yeah, something that I encourage you to do is first know what you enjoy. So if there are a lot of pets, yeah, I'm sure that you have one specific thing or two that you are most interested in compared to another. So yeah, I think this if you are already a bangkit cohort for now, you were able to choose between the three paths, right? Yeah, go for it. Do it too on your career. Choose between the three that you want, or choose between the many that you want, and focus on it. And yeah, other than that, if you are still confused, the second one is try to see the prospect of the career. Why? Because yeah, I think you will have a hard time in finding a job or like uh yeah, basically I think finding a job and keeping a job for many years, if this the thing that you are interested in is quite hard on the vacancies. Like yeah, for example, for me, I want to work in data, regardless it's data science or data analyst or data engineer. But something that I realized is that I ended up focusing to data analyst because my background is from statistics, and I also had experience in like being an assistant lecturer in data visualization classes. So I think it's more on the analyst side other than the other side. And the vacancies on data analyst is also a lot more compared to like data science. So yeah, I hope that you can find the one that interests you the most. And one thing is that you should keep praying, because I think if you fail, then God or the universe is trying to tell you that you are more suited to another role. I hope that helps.
Okay, thank you Kak Jessica. Maybe we want to hear the opinion of the next speaker, Kak Gilang. What do you think?
Yeah, thank you so much, Owen. For Gabby, I think you have to define what kind of path you mean. Because in this term, if you think that path is like mobile development, machine learning, or cloud computing, I think for an entry level position or associate level or what, it is very normal for us to jump into the very general job description up until you have years of experience that sharpen your way. Oh, mau kemana ya ini? Ini I want to choose data engineer kah, or analyst kah, or scientist kah, whatever, or mobile. Oh, mau kemana ya ini? Should I choose Android over iOS, or should I just being a full stack or what gitu? Nah, from that kind of point of view, I think you can dismiss your thoughts about I'm quite good in many paths, but there's nothing I expert in it, because at this level, yes, we are. Even I don't know Ting and Jessica, but me myself, I still have lots of very general job description at this early stage of career, so that's very normal. And even if at the end of the day you can't focus on, oh, you are, I think you came from mobile development, let's say. uh, I think I can't focus on more Android because I also like iOS on the other side. So you can be a full stack developer then, and it's uh, lots of markets that want to search full stack. I think you can learn about Flutter, you can learn about any kind of I don't know, React, whatever. So that negative thought of you, there's nothing I expert in it. It will be dismissed eventually. So yeah, I give you more different perspective of what we face. Most of us face in the work environment. See, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Kak Gilang for your answer. Maybe to wrap up this question, you can imagine your future, yeah. You imagine your future, be committed, and know what you enjoy. Maybe that's for the answer, yeah. Maybe next question from Jessica last. What common mistakes do you think future Bangkit participants should avoid to make the most out of the program? Are there specific strategies that you would advise against? Maybe from Kak Jessica. What do you think, Kak Jessica?
Okay, so I have been talking about the technical things, something that you learn in soft skills and also in tech classes. But I want to highlight one point that I haven't highlighted before is about networking. Probably Kak Gilang already emphasized this a lot, yeah. But yeah, I think if you are in Bangkit, you are in an environment that it's safe to learn, yeah. It's a safe place to learn. You of course you remember the tagline, and with being safe, yeah, from my experience, people who I meet in Bangkit are people who have growth mindset. And yeah, one thing is that one thing I did during the time when I was a cohort is that I used to join to multiple channels in Discord just to get to know each other with the other fellow cohort bucket cohort, and because they are also someone who knows IT very well, and we are also striving together to get a dream job. I met someone in there, and actually some people in there who were practicing about how to get an internship in a company. So they have the list of questions that they want to practice when they want to apply on a certain company. And yeah, during that time, I get the dogs too, and yeah, they practice together. I didn't remember what did I do back then, but yeah, I think it get got me some exposure on regarding like interviews and other experiences regarding the tech industry. And other than that, one fun fact is that I'm actually from Surabaya, right? But currently I'm working in Tangerang. Even though I have some family in Tangerang, I didn't have a lot of friends. But because I maintain my networking in Bangkit, I became a real life friend to one of my fellow friend in my study group, and I often meet with my friend. So, and because my friend is really friendly too, I I ended up getting to know a lot of other friends because of my Bangkit friend, and I think that's really crazy. So yeah, maintain your network, guys.
Okay, thank you Kak Jessica. Maybe next speaker Kak Gilang, what's your opinion?
What common mistakes? I think I will take the chance of you to take any possibilities or any um, opportunities to grow, to expose yourself, to maximizing your potential. For example, I don't know if nowadays Bangkit they still have like challenges or not. I think with those challenges, it can boost up our creativity side, not the technical one. And with you upload to your social media, for instance, LinkedIn, everyone will notice you. It related with what just said before about networking. And the specific strategy that I would advise is to start not to concepting your content what it would be. So to start making a LinkedIn, to start connect with people, it's just a stepping stone, see, in addition to what just said before. But my point of view of this question is, if I can turn back time, I wish I could ask more to my instructor because at that time I tend to shy to ask to my instructor, oh, should I ask this question, or is this questions have very quality to being asked, or it's just dumb questions? So my high advice for you, if you still have classes, I don't know if you still or not, or eventually you connect with your instructor through LinkedIn, ask them many questions, but ensure that the questions is very specific to their niche. For example, Kak, what's your experience in this and that? Instead of saying, Kak, how can I learn data engineer? It's very general, right? So yeah, I think those 2 points will conclude the answer of these questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Kak Gilang. Maybe we want to hear our next speaker opinion. Kak Tingkilia, what's your opinion?
Okay, thank you, Owen. I think for this Jessica questions, the common mistake, maybe I will take from the different perspective. Back to the trust yourself again, because back then I have friends that are very smart. In my opinion, he is very smart, but he afraid to apply for the job because he thinks that his skill is not good enough. or because he is not a distinction graduate. But I know he is not being a distinction graduate because of some reasons, some personal reasons. So, but he still completed all the tasks, all the responsibility very well. But yeah, uh, so that's what makes his not applying for the jobs that actually his dream jobs. But I say that you are very good talents. You need to believe yourself. So the most common mistake is many people that doesn't aware that you are having that skill. So you need to again trust yourself and give it a try. So even though I think, or maybe you think that even if I apply for this job, I will not get accepted because my skill is not good enough and so on. But give it a try. Or if you think that you will be fail, but there's nothing to lose, right? So just give it a try. That's the specific strategy as well. Give it a try, and the common mistake is you are not giving that try. That's all I think.
Okay, Kak, thank you. Thank you for your answer. Maybe to wrap it up, the common mistake the Bangkit participant might have is forget about networking, forget about what skill, don't know what skill actually they have, and maybe the strategies is to ask more on instructor when you have the ILT session and then don't always give it a try, ya guys ya. Maybe we have the last question from Christian. The question is, what can make us new graduates stand out to tech companies among people that already has lots of working experience and strong technical skills? Maybe from Kak Gilang. What do you think, Kak Gilang?
Yeah, I have a very specific experience to these questions. Once I ask my manager about this, Mas, kira-kira sebelum saya interview ada nggak sih kandidat yang lebih dari saya in terms of their work experience or what? And he said, oh ada, but what make you different is humble. You have experience, but you're not tend to show it or flex it really high, nggak terlalu sombong banget gitu kan. The way you talk is serving people, not only serving yourself. Um, so I think, sorry. Oh, sorry. So I think the way you stand out is not about just technical skills, but the social side of yours will be a very high advantage when, in this case, probably when you interview, yeah. If the HR will screening your CV, oh yes, it's obviously completely lost compared with the other highly experienced candidate. But then when you came into interview and you face your user candidate, I think the point is to becoming yourself, but not bragging yourself too much. I think that's my point, and I hope it helps, especially with your first internship interview. Don't ever show that you can, but show that you're willing to learn, because that's one of my mistakes back then in 2020. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Gilang, for your answer. Maybe the next speaker, Kak Tingkilia. What's your opinion?
Okay, what's make us stand out? As a fresh graduates, I think agree with Gilang. Actually, we need to show that the willingness of learning. That's the key actually. And the other things is what there are some jobs that Jessica said as well, that right, the requirement having like I also see that the requirements of the job is preferred Bangkit graduates. That's also the beneficial of Bangkit graduates. That's nice, guys. And also, I think you can in when you are doing the interview, don't think that your interviewer is debating you, but like you are answering his questions and showing the willingness of learning, and just being humble, like Gilang said, and also there are some position, for example, like associate position. So the associate position is only, I think, the requirements is for fresh graduate or 1 and 2 year of experience. For that job vacancy, you can stand out if you don't want to really, uh, that's can be your milestone before you are going to apply for the other job that your competitor will be have a lot of working experience. So maybe you can just I think you can just maybe take the steps for the small step, apply for the associate, and after that go into the next milestone. Yeah, that's all for me.
Okay, thank you Kak. Thank you Lia. Maybe the next speaker, Kak Jessica. What do you think, Kak Jessica?
Okay, probably another different view so that you can learn a lot here today. Instead of like in terms of technical skills and also in terms of like your soft skill and also your attitude, I think something that is not less important is that the culture of the company. So even though you are a very expert, yeah, a very expert in anything, your technical skill is also very good. But if you are not, if some your competitor who is a very expert person is not suited in that company in terms of culture, yeah, I think they would not be able to make it too. So, for example, you are applying in a multinational company that uses English every single day. Even though your competitor is someone who has a lot of working experience and is it's very smart in terms of technical skills, but he or she cannot speak English really well. But you are a Bangkit graduate who can use English in your daily life because you already learned in Bangkit on how to communicate using English. Yeah, of course, you have the opportunity to win compared to that candidate because you are more fitted in the multinational company because of your English skills. And yeah, because of the culture too, it's something that you should research. You have to try to fit the culture that you have, the values that you have to the company that you apply. And yeah, other than that, you also have to encourage the people that interview you that you can contribute well to the company and you are the perfect candidate of that company because you have the values that you share with the company. And one tip is that in the end of the interview, you have to be someone who show that you want to contribute to that company. Like you ask the tools that the company have and you have the attitude of learning. I think it will make you stand out compared to someone who is far experienced but yeah, don't really have that learning spirit.
Okay, thank you, Kak Jessica. So that's the answer from our speaker today for the question, and that's wrap up our Q&A session. And this is the session that we already waiting. Let's jump into the pengumuman best questions, the 6 best questions. Maybe okay. Okay, this is the 6 best questions for this day session. Congratulations for you all heard that the name of you that share in the screen. There is Yobel, Irel, Audi, Mahmul, Gaby, and Jessica. Congratulations, you will earn your Bangkit points soon after the session end. And that's wrap out our session for today. Thank you for coming to this guest speaker session. Thank you for the speaker, Kak Jessica, Kak Tingkilan, and Kak Gilang for your advice and everything you share for us. We really love it and see you guys in the next guest speaker session. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, thank you, Owen.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much, guys.
Thank you very much, Owen, and
Thank
thank
you,
you,
everyone.
Kagi and Kat. Thank you. I learned a lot from you guys too today.
Yeah. Thank you juga